What's up, guys? Welcome back. I know it's been a minute, but the 5 Cents crew is back for another banger. We got some good topics for y'all, but it's been a little minute. But hopefully, everybody came back for this new episode we got. Y'all stay sticking with us and keep on watching. But I'm joined with the usual crew. You know what I'm saying? The gang you've been listening to all these past couple months. So, how's everybody feeling this week?
Man, honestly, it's just been droning on, bro. You know, the same shit, different day.
You know what I'm saying.
That's what I've been on.
Yeah, I've been working hard, so tired, but getting there.
I've been sore, bro. New workouts.
I've been sore with you, bro.
Damn, y'all been grinding, man.
Hey. Results coming
You
soon.
already know.
5 Cents workout plan coming soon, bro.
To a gym near you. 5 Cents workout. Heck no.
Swish into announcer voice like nothing.
Oh nah.
I got my water with me, so I'm very well hydrated right
Ain't no
now.
way you just say before we even start the topics. 5 seconds before we started this podcast, this man Josh was talking about how he don't like drinking water. So don't let that cap come through. Anyways, continue.
I don't like drinking water, but when I open my fridge, what do I see? I see water.
This nigga is
Josh, the type of dude. Josh would be in a desert looking at an oasis and praying that the lake's made of Sprite.
You got some Minute Maid? Hell no.
It's not good enough.
No. Nah, other than that, cap, bro, how you been, Josh?
Hey, bro, you already know how I've been, bro. All I gotta say is 2 words: Jermaine.
Oh,
Cole. Come on.
You have to be the corniest dude, bro.
You talking about corny, bro? You go to a J. Cole concert, and and if you come out the same, you're the one that's different. You're the one that you're the one that got a problem.
Hey, that is facts. I will say, like, for everyone listening to the podcast, me and Josh took a little trip to see that man, Uncle Jermaine, for the off-season tour. But I will say, out of any concert I've been to, there is no time that a stadium can be sold out with so many good vibe-ass people, bro. Literally everybody we met was just on the same wave. Like, no negativity, just turning up, going crazy. You know what I'm saying? So.
We gotta talk about that one dude, though, bro. That one dude that was sitting to my left, bro. Hell no.
That nigga was a different breed, bro. Hey, if you listen to the podcast, shout out man from Jersey, but I did not fuck with that man, bro. Basically,
you gonna shout him out.
Just a quick story before we get in. Go and tell him about long hair.
Okay, bro. So yeah, we met this dude, like, when we got up to our seat, which, by the way, this boy already was sitting in the wrong seat, bro. The man was sitting a whole row in the wrong seat.
And didn't move. This man kept on looking at the seat and didn't move.
He was like, yeah, I'm supposed to be sitting between those 2 white people over there. Like, yeah, that's my seat. And he would just continue going into what he was talking about. We're like, bro, what's wrong with this dude, bro? But anyway, he told us about one of the concerts that he went to. I can't remember the artist, he said, but he was talking about how, like, he was, like, down, like, on, like, the floor. And, like, this man literally, he was, like, younger college days, he was, like, smoking a blunt. And he was, like, cool-ass black dude with some, like, Asian baddie. These are his words. And he was, like, he saw me smoking the blunt, and he was like, yo, let me hit some of that. So, he was like, oh, yeah, I got you, bro. I got you. So he hands him the blunt, bro. I'm talking about the second he hands him the blunt, bro, the cops just pull up, bro. And they escort that dude out of the arena, bro. Bro, it wasn't even a second and a half, bro.
And he said
bro got caught. He did. He hit that running, bro. Dude was gone, bro. He was all the way on the other side, and people were like trying to direct them to him. And he kept juking him, bro.
Let me get this next part, bro. Let me get this next part. This is where the nonsense happens, bro. So he tells us this story about how he basically got this man caught up by handing him a blunt, bro. As soon as the first performance starts, this man pulls out 2 blunts and asks us, do we want a blunt, bro? You think I want a blunt from somebody who has a history of getting niggas caught up from getting a blunt, bro?
He probably took a look around to make sure the cops were nearby when he handed it to you.
What if he had?
That dude's just a fed.
Like some super. What if he had super weed, bro? And all you have.
But you know what the craziest thing is? He would keep looking around paranoid, but like, y'all smell that? smell like weed, don't it?
Bro, he
And
asked
looking
me,
at and
did
I'm
I
looking-
smell weed smoke about 20 times, and I did not hear him once. I was just nodding my head, bro.
Dude, this man Nate was doing me so dirty because he would talk to me and he'd be like, "Yeah, you don't smoke," and then he'll just completely skip me and try to talk to Nate, but Nate can't even hear him. So Nate's just the entire time. I'm like, "Bro, Nate, talk, bro, talk." Nate.
If I learned one
Flat
thing
out
in my
ridiculous.
life, bro, it's that smack niggas just want to hear a face responding to them, bro. They don't need nothing
Yeah.
else.
That boy, out of anyone, that boy looked like he did not. He was having like a good time, but that boy was sitting for too much of it. Bro. I was looking over. That boy was in the zone. He was in the zone.
Yeah.
Boy was chilling.
It
It was fun, bro. We had a good time.
It was a dub. I would definitely recommend it if y'all got tickets to the off-season tour. Hop in. But that leads us into the first topic for this week. You know, it's been a minute, but per usual, I always like to throw some music in when I'm the panelist. So we got to talk about all the music that done dropped these past couple weeks. You know what I'm saying, so you know, you got J. Cole dropping that single. You know, he said some interesting things people reacted to. You got Donda, got CLB. So what are y'all's general thoughts about some of the new music? That's
Forget
coming
about
out?
Baby King.
Oh yeah, and Kendrick, you know, surfacing with some top of their mornings. So you know what I mean.
Beat him up.
Let's get this shit. Let's get this shit. Hold on.
I'll go
Top of the
first.
morning,
I
top of the
honestly
morning.
don't have a lot to say, bro, because I just haven't been impressed. I mean, okay, let me take J. Cole out of this because I like that single that he dropped.
Heaven's EP.
What was it, Heaven's EP? Yeah, I remember I heard it and I was telling Nick, I was like, "Did you hear that new single that J. Cole dropped?" He was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, you should go listen to it." I thought he did what he does as per usual, so kudos to him. But as far as everything else, Baby Keem, Donda, CLB, like not saying that they were bad or anything, but I just wasn't impressed personally. Like Donda to me was just on some different shit. And it wasn't bad, but it's just me personally, I couldn't listen to it. I couldn't do it. It just me personally. And as far as CLB goes, uh yeah, it's just the same thing. There's about 3 songs on there that I just like were like, yeah. Everything else was just like, like it was like you listen to it once, you're like, okay, that wasn't that bad, but you don't add it to the playlist or anything. So, in general, all the music coming out has just kind of been, meh, to me, except for J. Cole. That was just like I said, as per usual, hand claps to him.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I think that for me personally, I like some of the Baby Keem songs a lot. I've got a bunch of them on the playlist now. Vent like is constantly playing whenever I'm like going to the gym or something.
Yeah, it's a workout
It's a great
song
song.
for sure.
Oh yeah. Donda, I really did not care for the vast majority of the songs. Some of the songs on there are like, I feel like Donda is a great example of half the songs are just not unlistenable. Like you just like, what is this? But then the ones that actually have some like real effort behind them are incredible. Like I really do like that song with is it Frank Ocean, the one with the one called Moon? Like I think it's a really pretty song.
I know
No,
what
it's
you're
done.
talking about. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the thing with that song is it's like that level of musicality just does not stay consistent throughout the album. There are some great songs and there are some songs that I just like, what, like why is this even on here? Like did you like not finish this one? So that one was overall, I agree with Zay. I felt like it was kind of disappointing. CLB I personally really liked, and I know that that's like not everyone's opinion, but when I listened to it, it made
I'm gonna
it
insert
made
that
me,
picture of
dude.
Jackson on his
Dude,
knees.
please do. That the thing was that like I am fully ready to admit that from a critical standpoint, it's really not that impressive of an album. But compared to some of his Drake's like newer stuff, I felt like that was because everyone had always been talking about like, oh, he keeps going to these other places and like ripping these like styles and these flows and everything, and that's a fair complaint. And so when he dropped that one, admittedly, not every song is like the best there ever was, but it was a Drake album, and it just made it. I just enjoyed it. Like I didn't think of like, oh, this is a critically acclaimed, best album ever written, but I just enjoyed being able to listen. I like Drake, and I will die on that hill. So I liked being able to listen to a full complete Drake album that sounded like a Drake album. Like even a lot of people's complaints were that it sounded pretty consistent, pretty much same all the way through. Just sounded like a Drake album to me, and it wasn't 800,000 songs long like like was that
A-side,
Scorpion?
B-side,
Yeah, A
C-side.
side, B side. So I enjoyed being able to just sit down in one sitting, enjoy a Drake album. I wasn't looking for any sort of spiritual motivation, just some good music, and for the most part, it was there. Uh, and then I'm trying to think of anything else. Jermaine, obviously, got a hats off to him, especially with Heaven's EP. It's a great single. He never misses. Can't say I've ever heard him miss once. So that's my take on the whole thing.
I don't know. For me, I gotta say the same thing. Like with Donda, I don't know. I appreciate Donda, and I appreciate it being like a, like a new style type of thing. But I mean, I can't sit here and say it was good.
I agree.
It wasn't that. I mean, it wasn't a good album, but I appreciate like probably like 6. Like I listened to like 6 of the songs. I know. I think it's like 5. Yeah, it's like 5 or 6. But I mean, like out of a 28 album, at 28 song album, I mean, 5 isn't that good. But I mean, it is what it is. I appreciate it nonetheless. Certified Lover Boy, shit's mid. I mean, I don't know, bro. That shit was mid to me, bro. Like, I just don't have much to talk about it. Like, Josh changed my opinion on one of the songs. What was it? Champagne Poetry. I don't know. At first, it just didn't sound good to me, man. I don't know. It just did not click for me. But then I went through it again. I actually thought it was a pretty good song, and actually, like, lyrically and like musically. So I thought that was pretty cool. TSU was straight.
Yep.
What else? I like Way Too Sexy just because of like the comedic factor.
Bro.
That song. I'm on Nico's team. I'm on Nico's team. That song bumps.
Y'all be in the house in the mirror, bro. Too sexy.
No, I'll be in public. What are you talking about, house?
I know you didn't use the word bumps to talk about Too Sexy.
It does.
Yeah, all right, bro. That song is it is trash that is getting thrown around every which way, and now people are starting to accept the trash for some odd reason.
It's funny because it's funny. It's a funny song.
It is funny, and it's like comedic relief. Like that's why I enjoy the music video. But for you to sit here and bump that in your car, you gotta get out of here.
So I'll say question on that, because a lot of people said the same thing about the top of the morning. So which one do y'all think is less trash?
Nah, bro. Top of the morning that shit's hard as fuck. No, that shit is hard.
The difference is when I heard it.
I don't even have to defend Kendrick here. Y'all doing it for me.
It's technically the same thing, but the difference is when I heard it the first time, because I was really vibing with the song. I was like, bro, what the hell is Kendrick doing right now, bro? I was low key mad. I was like, Kendrick, why you doing this, bro? Why you doing this weird stuff, bro? But then the more and more I hear it, I'm over here. Top of the morning. Hold on, like.
This is what I'm saying. That's exactly how Way Too Sexy works, bro.
I was about to say,
listen to it. If you just listen to it, eventually your head starts bobbing, and then your hand goes up like this.
Oh no!
No, I get it. I think I understand what the difference is, bro. It's like the Too Sexy song. Yeah, it's funny, but like you can't sing that. Like, there's no way that like you can sing that with your friends, bro. Like,
that's fair.
That's just kind of weird. But that top of the morning, that's some weird out of the box shit, and you can really make that fun. Like, especially for us, bro.
Oh yeah.
Top of the morning.
Friends like us,
dude,
that top of the morning. What? It goes nuts. Like, it goes crazy. Let's get this shit.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Like, come on,
literally.
It's repetitive, but it's repetitive and simple, bro. And the repetitive and simple things are always the ones that catch on. Like the songs that go viral, there's always something like repetitive and really simple about it. The lyrics aren't too deep, chorus isn't, like too extravagant. It's easy to remember, like.
Fairness, that is
so things like that are pretty
40 seconds of the song. It's right there up at the end, which I thought was funny. Like, it doesn't even last for long. He just does it right at the end of the song's over.
Yeah.
No, I do think I agree with what Zay was saying because literally, for example, the other day I was playing some volleyball and literally, we were like trying to like get a point, and then like I looked at one of my teammates. I was like, "Hold on, let's get this shit. Let's get this shit." And he knew exactly where I was going, so we started doing it together. We were like hitting the little dance, like we looked ugly as hell. But like to Zay's point, is a very goofy thing to do with people. Well, like yeah, there's no way that you're just gonna
Like the other song,
over
like
your raps.
Imagine.
Y'all
Imagine
sleeping
like
on
one
the
of
Hot
us
Boy
walking
anthem.
up to each other and being like, "I'm too sexy for my," like, bro.
Yeah,
That's
y'all sleeping on the Hot Boy. Dude, that's the City Boy anthem. Y'all sleeping on
it
it.
just doesn't work, bro.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Y'all sleeping on the City Boy anthem.
Hey, y'all just listen to the audio. Don't watch the video, bro. I got that move from Nico. I'm gonna put the clip in there.
Yeah,
hell no,
just
bro.
make it a gif.
Oh, bro, is that the? Hey, Nico, was that the Yip Man, bro? Was that the Yip Man, bro?
Hell no.
Was that the... Bro.
Hey man, look, we don't need to go that far.
All right, but yeah, for the most part, I agree with what everybody said. I got a little bit more honestly between CLB and Donda. Personally, I've listened to Donda a lot. I kind of vibe with it, but that's definitely one of those you gotta go cover to cover for me. And I like the second half a lot more than the first half. Like that run from like 24 to like Moon is like top tier to me. But
It's just gas, bro.
yeah, like that is like straight vibes for sure. And it makes me kind of mad because if that album would have came out, I used to get beef for listening to Kanye type shit. And that album would have came out when I was in like middle school, I would have been chilling. You feel what I'm saying? But that's at the point. But honestly, I know I got to talk about Drake a little bit. The guys on the podcast know, I've had some interesting relationships with my man Aubrey. Honestly, I haven't really liked the Drake album in so long. Probably since like, if you're reading this, you're too late. But I will say CLB was probably the best album he's had in a minute for me. I still think it's mid. Definitely think it's mid. But there were more songs that I liked, and it's the first time in a long time. So honestly, other than like the Lemon Pepper freestyle made it on the playstyle, and a couple of like the Scary Hours got on there. But other than that, no Drake songs have been on the playlist for years. But there were a couple songs that are on there. But I do still think like my biggest problem with Drake is I feel like he is like the most comfortable artist to ever be put in like the GOAT category. You feel what I'm saying? Like you think of like the Kendrick and like J. Cole and even some of like the older GOATs, you feel what I'm saying? They were a lot more experimental and like taking risk with their music. And I feel like any risk Drake takes is a style that has already been certified as being popular, which is part of his brand because he's that pop rap, king. You feel what I'm saying? But personally, I don't think that can put you at the top tier rap. And numbers don't lie. None of that goes crazy. So got him on sales. Which one? Another side topic. When people are saying he was the Michael Jackson of our generation, that was insane to me. That don't make no sense. Whoever brought that up was smoking.
Josh and I had that same conversation.
Yeah, there's no reason that should even be close.
But out ridiculous. People were really trying to say, but the sales. I was like, but the king of pop. But still got people still dancing like Michael Jackson 15 years plus after he died. Like he started something that will never go away.
I wouldn't even just say like just dancing like Michael Jackson. Like there's an entire genre of music that when you put one of his songs on, you're like, yep, that's Michael Jackson. Or when you see some dude dressed up with the white gloves, you're like, yep, that's Michael Jackson. And like he's way too much of a cultural icon. Like yeah, Drake puts out like a lot of music that's very popular, and I personally think some of it's pretty good, but it doesn't compare to a guy who had an entire culture in his hand. You know what I'm saying? Like Michael Jackson really was, and plus like even as a performer and like as a musician, Michael Jackson is just better than him, and that's not you can't argue that. Like if you just listen to his music, like and watch him perform it on like those documentaries or on those videotapings of his like concerts, there's just no one at least that I can think of really compares with him at like in terms of excellence. He really was at a different level, and that's why he was the king of pop.
That man was
even his
different being.
His music videos, like if y'all ever go and watch some of his music videos, I can't remember the one that I'm thinking of, but it's like the one that like they were like in like a bar fight and like he's like dancing like to beat people up. And I'm talking about like choreography, what he was doing at that time. It was just like ridiculous. Like nobody else is really matching that type of thing. And I'm just saying, like, it has like, millions and millions of people are still going back just to watch it because it's him. So I'm curious to see if Drake's legacy, once he stops making music, is going to have that sort of longevity. Because that's when you can start to talk the way people are talking now. They're talking way too early. Way too.
I think until Drake also gets a case with underage allegations, he can't even.
Oh, hey, Millie Bobby Brown turned 18 in a couple weeks. He already got Millie Bobby Brown, Georgia Smith.
You got to get on the clock.
Even SZA, low key, he was talking to SZA when she was a little. But anyway,
bro, they do be saying Drake be cutting it close,
you see the way Josh just smiled, bro?
Hey.
Wait, whoa! What are you trying? Why are you trying to do? You're not funny. You're not funny out there.
No, yeah, I don't think it's a comparison. Nah, I don't think it's a
Not
comparison. Like
we're smoking.
his one, bro. Imagine this, bro. Drake's whole career can get crushed, and all Michael Jackson has to do is put a fucking glove on, bro. He puts the glove on. Everybody's going nuts. Oh my god! And then he's gonna put his glove on. He's gonna lean. He's gonna stand up and then walk the fuck out, bro. That's literally all he has to do, bro.
He gonna do that pose. He gonna do that pose with the.
And that is like more than his whole career, bro. Like that, it's a dance move. Like people still do that to this day. Like you go on YouTube, there's so many. He can dance like Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson impersonator. People singing like him. You know, like it's just not the same.
Yeah.
So like those dance moves are not easy. It's not like he came out and did some random choreography. He went for some hard stuff.
They're not in the same social class.
Choreography.
You're not even in the same social class.
They're not even in the same social class.
You're not even in the same social class.
No, my thing is, if people are letting slide the fact that they really try to disrespect Michael Jackson, got with 2C, which is literally doing the moonwalk, just saying otherwise. Because literally, if you listen to the lyrics, 2C, that is the moonwalk. And they out here coming up with some stupid ass dance, bro. I'm like, bro, what is that? That's literally supposed to be the moonwalk. Like, right foot up, left foot slide. Literally, come on now, do the moonwalk, bro. So literally, even Drake, bro, paying tribute on it or purpose. Drake usually knows what he's doing.
Drake paying tribute because he know that's gonna pay the bills. But that's another type of thing.
This is fact, bro.
He knows what the people gonna like. That's one thing I'll give Drake. He knows damn well what will get the media going.
Yeah, like y'all remember when
I don't know, but
when reggaeton, you know, like when Bad Bunny and all of them were coming up and getting really popular, that's when Drake hopped on what was that song? Mia. You know, so like he's all, you're right, bro. I'm just not thinking about it. You're right. A lot of people, I forgot what the song was, but as soon as they heard it, he got like dragged for copying X's flow. And he did, like, you can't, like, if you just listen to the song, you can't tell me. I don't remember what the song was. And hopefully I will, but dang, that's probably gonna eat at me. But I don't remember what the song was. Damn. That sucks. But Google it.
I got you with others. You got him in the Views, bro. Caribbean vibe.
Yeah, that album.
This man, he went, whoa. It's not ass.
That album was garbage.
It was not garbage. We're not. You know what? We're not gonna do it all the time. That album.
Yeah, I don't know about garbage, bro.
Yeah, you're off the pack. But he did that, and then More Life, bro. UK drill type vibes, bro. He had like artists like Skepta gigs.
Bro, anytime literally was trying to talk to UK, Skepta was on a song, bro. For a little bit, it made no sense.
Georgia Smith, he literally had like 4 like artist tracks throughout that album, and they were saying, like that man, he's smart. He knows exactly what he's doing, which made me mad when he tried to bring for his newest album, CLB. That song did not hit how it was supposed to, and it was because of him. Drake messed that song up. That made me very mad. Dude, shirt on Nigeria's name, bro. It is pissing me off every time I listen to it. I'm like, Drake, why you try that? I was like, why you trying to make your voice sound like that, bro? It's not you. Stop, Drake.
Bro,
That's how I felt listening to.
This man Drake is a musical xenomorph, bro. This nigga just be shapeshifted into all the
he a
different
light-skinned ditto, bro.
He's a musical Z. Come on,
Light skin ditto. That is an underrated comment. Light skin ditto.
That's where the little squiggle in his hair came from, bro.
You better edit a picture of Ditto up there with the Drake beard and the little heart in his hair.
Hell nah. Yeah,
my
man.
bro.
That's my biggest takes on it. And I guess for the Kendrick versus Kendrick don't disappoint. Same J. Cole for me. And he's a version of experimental that I always enjoy because he actually, I won't say that, but he takes a lot of time, with his craft. And Baby Keem surprised me. Baby Keem, I feel like when he wants to like rap for real, he can go crazy. But most of the time, he still goes crazy on the flows, so it still like sounds good, even if he's not really saying nothing. So it's on the playlist. You feel what I'm saying? But I liked him in general. But otherwise, I kind of agree with Zay. A lot of it been pretty mid. But that's how music goes.
Yeah. Someone will drop some heat, bro. Someone's gonna drop some heat eventually.
Hey, Don Toliver drop next week, bro.
He's dropping the album.
Life of Don. The Life of
IDK.
Don.
He's dropping the album.
Yeah, that's what I was about to get to. IDK album
Phenomenal.
is
10 out of
probably
10.
the best.
Bro, y'all like that album?
Yeah, I keep telling you, bro. Listen,
listened.
podcast people. So my opinion formed about IDK is because I took one song. So my favorite song by IDK is December, right? It has Burna Boy on it. That song is a complete vibe. So I listened to his newest album, expecting to get that vibe, and I was sadly disappointed because not even an ounce, a shred of that vibe was in that album. So like the first time I'm on the drive, listening to it, mad. I'm like, bro, IDK, what is it? And then I was like, damn, that album sucked. And then Nate
before you even finish, I texted this man
ahead.
Josh one day, and I was like, "This man IDK low-key sound like a better version of Kanye on his album." And he said, "Nah, that album was trash, bro." I said, "You're insane. There's no way you can listen to the production on that album, the way he flowed on it, the way that that's the definition of an album that is perfect from cover to cover. Like not even like overall, but like the way the songs form into each other. Like his engineer went crazy on that. I forced him to listen to it again."
Hey, I'm telling you, I'm so happy because I realized it is literally the best album and I'm putting that over the off season. And I just went to the concert, bro. And like respectfully, it is. Like he was saying with that production, every song blends together. You don't even know when the song switches. I have to sometimes check and realize that 2 songs have passed. And literally, when he's talking about like him song better version of Kanye, my brother was in the car with while I was playing the album, and he asked if it was Kanye rapping, and it was IDK. Like I can't make this stuff. So I think Donda should have sounded more like IDK's newest album, in my opinion, because I enjoyed IDK's album way more. But it also had like that different type of sound. Like like you got artists like him, like Tyler. Everyone usually always appreciates him, whether they like it or not. It's like that different type of vibe that can be appreciated. I think IDK did a phenomenal job doing that. So respect on him. Kudos to him.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to force you to listen to it again, bro.
I guess I'll listen to it again. I'll listen to it again tonight, bro. Because I don't know, man. I liked a couple songs on there. Like I think Peloton's one of my favorite ones, dog. But like I don't know, bro. It just wasn't hitting for me when I was listening to it. So I'm gonna give it another shot. I'm gonna
have to. I haven't heard it, so.
But if it ain't, I don't know. I think I'll like it.
I have a question for y'all, and I'm curious if y'all think the same way. But this is just for me personally. I feel like a lot of the stuff, like movies, TV shows, and like music, for the vast majority in the last 3 or 4 years, we've had some excellent examples of really high quality stuff. But because of that, there's been a really huge comparison of a lot of stuff that would be like just mid or kind of like even below mid. And so for me, like listening to an album, like Josh, remember when we listened to the DJ Khaled album? Like no, before you start ranting, I know that was asked.
Yeah,
I'm not
that
trying to
was
argue it wasn't asked.
boo-boo,
The
bro.
point that
That
I'm
was
making,
some
yeah, that was
boo-boo.
garbage. It was awful. But the point that I'm making is that I feel like a lot of the time, because of how many disappointments like that have happened recently, I go into watching a movie or a TV show or listening to an album with almost like I expect it to not be good. Like I kind of have this conception that I'm not going to like it most likely, and then it's going to have to take this huge, magnificent work of art to impress me. Which is why I was personally happy that I enjoyed CLB, because I can immediately recognize it's not that good. Like realistically, it's really not. I just happened to like it. It was fun for me to listen to. Which hadn't happened to a lot of things in recent memory for me. And that's kind of, Nico, I was curious, is that kind of how you feel about IDK's album? Or like, is there a chance that that's in there, or do you think it's just critically you didn't really enjoy it?
I think it's just more so. I don't think I listened to it properly when I was going through it. I mean, like I was kind of like driving. I mean, like it was weird. I was doing a lot of errands, and I kind of just like threw it on, you know. But I feel like I don't know. I'm gonna sit down and like really focus in on like lyrics and like they were talking about production value. So see how like the songs been together and see, you know, I'm gonna put my opinion around that. So
Some good headphones on.
yeah.
Oh,
I
my
was
God.
gonna say, go ahead, Zach. You got it.
Oh no. It was just another album that came out. That wasn't really. It was Sincerely Contrail, bro. Sincerely Contrail by NBA Youngboy. Yeah.
I haven't
I'm
listened
talking
to
to a pretty big voice here. They're gonna come to the comments with that NBA Youngboy energy and beat me up, bro. But I mean, honestly, if y'all haven't listened to it, I wouldn't recommend it.
I wasn't
Y'all
going
probably
to.
would. Y'all probably wouldn't like it. Like
I don't
it
listen
wasn't
to him.
bad, but I put them. There's a category like Rod Wave, NBA Youngboy, like people like that. I put them all in one category because I'm like, this is like depressed gangster music. Like it's so sad. Like if you listen to the songs, he's just talking about how he feels and I'm like, man, that's pretty sad. But I didn't come here to listen to that, young boy. You know, like, sorry.
I think it's called
That's
Trap
tough.
Soul, bro.
Didn't come here to listen to that. Like it's some real shit. Don't get me wrong. It's some real shit. But like it's the same thing that happened to Rod Wave to me. Cause like Rod Wave, when he came out with that album, not Soulfly. What was the album before Soulfly? Whatever
Oh, the one that
album,
got
like
like
Letter
Hard
from
on Ice.
Houston, you know, like Letter from Houston, 5%,
That album,
10, whatever
I
album.
messed with that album.
Huh?
That's a good album, bro.
That was a good album. Yeah, I was just
No,
saying, I
no,
messed
no,
with that
no,
album.
no, no. I'm not saying. Let me finish.
You got it, my bad.
I'm saying that like that album was like I really liked it. I listened to it and I really liked it and I fucked with it. But then he came out with another album that had the same vibe, and literally I had a one album limit. I was like, okay, this album's real as fuck. Like, but then he came out with another album and he just kept singing about his feelings and all that stuff. I was like, can't do it no more. Like it played out way too quick. And so yeah, the songs are pretty sad. Some of them are hype, but I think out of the whole Sincerely Control album, I think there's about 4 songs, 4 or 5, if I remember correct, that were like they were bad. And I don't know if they're. I think I saw one of the songs on there was like like he had already released it as a single, but I had never heard it before, so I thought it was pretty good. I think it's called Nevada. So that one was pretty good, I think. Like I actually like that one. But that one was another that falls into the same category as the other albums. It was
Yeah.
Have y'all seen
Just
the memes on TikTok about Youngboy? Like not the old ones. There's like a whole new set of them. Have you seen them, Nate? Do you know what I'm talking about? I was just curious. I'm pretty sure it goes in tandem with his album release, but they're all like I don't even know how to describe the format. It's a bunch of kids and they'll like have a caption on it and it's like saving this in case YB needs it when he gets out of jail. And like it's exactly like the Devious Licks one. Like it started really
Oh.
like normal and then it got wildly out of hand. Like some of those TikToks are ridiculous what they say. Dudes were saying some ridiculous stuff. But I was just curious if y'all seen them. I think they're kind of funny. I've
Yeah,
always
the kids
enjoyed
go crazy.
young boy memes.
Bro,
Oh,
send
yeah,
one,
for
bro.
sure.
Send one in the group chat later. I gotta check that out.
There's literally one that I saw earlier today that said saving what was it? It was a dude and it was like saving sex for later in case YB wants a virgin when he comes out of prison. I looked at my phone. I was like,
Yeah.
what? I just put my phone down and walked away. I'm not kidding. That's exactly
I
what
was
it
not
said.
expecting that.
And with
Nah,
that, we're gonna move on to the next
Hell no, he a
topic.
booty blunderer, bro.
Hell no, not nobody
Booty
talking
blunderer.
about no saving
Next.
friggin'. Yeah, nah, you need to get
Nah,
your
it's
son if they
nah.
posting that shit on TikTok, bro.
Hell
Boy,
nah, bro.
I was curious if y'all seen those memes because
No.
they've already escalated. So if you get on the train now, all you're gonna see is some ridiculous
Oh
stuff.
my goodness, that's hella goofy. Yeah, hey, but pretty solid review. You know, talking about people getting their kids in check. That'll lead me into the next topic somehow. I don't know how I managed that, but I did want to talk a little bit. You know, we've talked about this before on the podcast, but the OnlyFans shenanigans that have been going on this past couple months. So, for those who don't know, OnlyFans came out and said they were banning all sexual content. But then, a couple weeks ago after the uprise, they said they were bringing it back. But, outside of, what happens, you can talk about a little kind of your opinion on it. I saw this video the other day. It was I think it was like a Jubilee or Cut video. And it was this dude. His dad found, or her dad, this girl was on OnlyFans, and her dad found out that she was on OnlyFans. He was scrolling through a certain type of videos, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to see, as a little more goofy topic, what would y'all do if y'all caught y'all's kids on OnlyFans?
They have an answer for
wait.
this,
You mean
and
if
it's
I had
also a
daughter?
TikTok trend.
If you had a daughter
If I
or a
had a
son,
daughter-
Oh
if you
no,
had
no,
a daughter,
I ain't got an answer
It
for
might-
that.
put
Are
them
you
on
saying
OnlyFans.
if I had a daughter and I caught
Yeah,
her?
like even one of them
like-
was a dude too. Like another, it was a bunch of people, and one of them was like a dude. His mom caught him because they went to the beach one day, and that nigga was sending feet pics at the beach, and his mom was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I'm just posting on my OnlyFans," and she had no idea how to react. So I want to get your
If
opinion
my
on
son had a
either way, like a daughter or a son. What would y'all do?
Zay's
So
trying to
you
pick
mean
the
like
weapon.
I need
So
some,
you
I need
mean
some
if-
content because I got one thing. Because in the first situation you named, the way you said it was like the dad
No, yeah, the dad
was
was
on OnlyFans.
he was,
like,
and he was scrolling
stuff,
through, and he caught his daughter on one of the
which
recommended.
means he was already in his niche or subgenre looking for what he usually looks at, and happened to find his kin in that process.
That's a way
Because
to ruin
that's
the movie, bro.
somewhat
How
on
old was
him.
his daughter?
Yeah.
I think she was
You had
probably like
to, you had
21
to
or
be over
something.
18,
Yeah.
right?
No, yeah, you have to be of age to use the app.
So
Maybe
pretty
he-
much. It's just,
Yo, I don't know.
so it's if our kids are content creators, pretty much on OnlyFans.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Thank you.
Our
Yeah,
content
it doesn't
creators.
matter if it's a daughter or a son. I'm taking their phone, and I'm gonna do what my parents did to me when I did some bullshit. We gonna be in that room, and I'm gonna grab that belt, and I'm gonna wear their ass out. Taking all electronics gone. They're not gonna have nothing but a bed and some books.
I can see the comments right now.
All
I can literally
electronics
hear the people going.
gone. Wi-Fi password changed. Like I'm talking about, they are on lock because I know that sounds goofy, but like regardless,
No,
I
I'm with
just
you.
feel like the risk, like the internet is a very scary place. So like
Yeah.
just that alone and the risk that comes with it, because like there's some crazy people out there. You know, it's not unheard of where guys get so crazed over these, females, and they'll do some crazy shit. And I mean,
Right.
regardless, I don't think that's something that I would want my kids to do. I wouldn't want my kids to have their bodies out there, and people viewing them in a sexual manner for money. Personally, I just wouldn't want that for my kids. Like
I'm
I
with you
would hold my
100%.
kids to, like, I don't know. I wouldn't mind if they wanted to be
No, I think that
what's
there's
something
a
normal.
He said,
Like,
"What's a
I don't know, if
normal
they want to go
person?"
to H
Zay, bro,
Factor,
you
or if
keep
they
playing
wanted
with them
to,
cancel words, bro.
I don't know. I don't know what the words. I just
No.
think that that's kind of like an extreme. Well, not extreme. That's just not like a normal. That's not something that you just normally grow up in. Like when kids, you ask them, "Hey, what do you want to be?" "Oh, I want to be a pilot. I want to be a." You don't hear people walking around. You don't hear these kids coming up. "Oh, I want to be an OnlyFans content creator." Like, it's not
Imagine
the
Zay,
that would
I
be
normal.
think
crazy.
I
Nah,
think you and
bro.
I agree, Zay, and I
You'd
kind
be
of. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Sneeko. Go ahead.
I was gonna say you'd be surprised at these kids, man. I remember when being in third grade, hearing girls talking about they gonna be strippers when they get older and shit,
Yeah,
bro.
I know
mean,
who you're talking about. I know exactly who you're talking about, because
Yeah.
I was in class with her, and that she used to brag about it, and she actually did it. She did it, but that's not the point.
He said,
Like,
"I heard it
Hey,
was in
like
law,
put your
bro."
literally,
put your money where your mouth is, I guess.
I mean, like, literally though, she was literally the only person I knew. Like, out of all the people that I had met in school, up all the way even until now, she's the only person I've met that said she wanted to do that.
So
So,
Zay,
like I said, it's not like, I just wouldn't want my kids to do it. So, moral of
that's
that
easy.
story, they would get a proper discipline, and then they would get put on a lonely island. And if they move out and continue to do so, then, I mean, I tried.
Here's I'm gonna jump in on the same comment that you were saying, Zay, because I agree
the
with you
lonely
100%. I
island.
wanted to provide a little, like, at least my personal reasoning. I do the same thing. My parents were the same way. Like, you do something goofy, guess what? You're gonna get whooped. Like, that's the way it is. And there people have differing opinions on that, but specifically in regards to, like without having to address the topic even of whether or not it's like right or wrong to normalize sex work, like that's not at all what I think is the crux of the issue. The issue is that if I have like I'm dealing with my children, right? Even if we have fully normalized it and in society it's perfectly acceptable and yada yada, and there's minimalized risk, that's not a career that I would want for them, only because I feel like there are better options out there. My parents did the same thing. My dad is an entertainer. He's not a stripper. He's an entertainer by nature. That's what he does. Like,
The
his
way you
job
said
is to
that, it
go.
did sound like that
I
man was
know, I
stripping
know.
all night.
Well, yeah, his job is to go up on stage. His job is to go up on stage and tell jokes and all that good stuff. But it's not a job that has much security. It requires a decent amount of luck and connections, and he's really good at all that stuff. But he didn't say when I was a kid, "Oh, be exactly like me, like do what I did." No, he knew that it was probably a safer option with my grades and the way I like to do math and stuff to send me down a STEM route, because it's a much more, not lucrative in any sense, but a much more stable career. It's something that you can kind of wish on your kid in a sense of like good fortune. And I feel like that's the attitude that is applied here as well. It's not that I'm not even trying to argue that there's anything wrong with being on OnlyFans. That's not the crux of the point that I'm trying to make. It's more that if I'm talking to my kid, right, this is my child, I want the best possible life for them. And if we're trying to talk terms of employment, that isn't one with a whole lot of job security, it isn't one with a whole lot of benefits, and it's one that comes at an extreme personal cost. And I don't think that those variables are going to be worthwhile for a child of mine. So what's the punishment? In they can do whatever they want to do as an adult, but if they're in my house, I'm going to try and direct them on the path that I think is straight. And sometimes that requires a little, it's what my parents did to me. If I was acting out, they're like, "Hey, you got a future to plan for. You got stuff to think about. Guess what?" So I feel like it would just kind of be the same way. And I don't even think there's anything wrong with that. It's just what you wish for your kid.
Yeah, I agree, bro. I definitely agree. I mean, everybody, is different parents. You feel me? Some people wouldn't care. Some people would be like, beat the ass. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, I think I'd be a little bit in between, man. I don't know. First off, how old are our kids in this situation?
They're like
Like, is this
like
like
They're
Thank
like
you. They're
in this
adults.
case,
They're
they're adults. They're like probably
Well,
like
see, here's my
18 to
thing,
21,
though.
22.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify the age group because I didn't want to like.
No,
that,
they're
that
grown.
also,
They're grown. That's the
that
big like
also matters.
contest that I
Okay.
saw when I was thinking. It's like, cause they're adults. They can do what they want. It's their life. They choose. But like personally for me, I'm in between. I don't know if I go on because like they're an adult. I'm not gonna beat this grown ass woman or man's ass.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. If they're in their
But,
20s, I'm not gonna put my hands
like,
on them.
it would take a lot of maturing for me if I found out somehow that that's because like that's kind of like not really in my path of what I want to expect. Kind of like what Jackson was talking about. Because there's not really that much security. There's a lot of like crazy things that some weird ass niggas do on the internet. You feel what I'm saying? So
Let me.
Dude, he sounds like a Daft Punk song. He keeps coming in with his auto tune.
Bro. He said around the world. Hell no, bro. But yeah, I'm in the middle. I'd have to like, for me, I personally would have to do a lot of maturing to be able to, come to terms with that. But it would honestly have to be like a real ass conversation I have with my kid and figure out, if that's something they really want to do. I might not be the happiest, but that's your life. I would do my best to, advise against it. And then you tell them everything that, that's not the reason to, but at the end of the day, that's an adult. You feel what I'm saying?
All right. Yeah, but yeah, the reason why I was saying like I'm like kind of in between with it is because like me personally, as like if I was to be a father, I wouldn't want what I'm saying my son or daughter to be a content creator. You know what I'm saying? Or like via OnlyFans. You feel me? Like I would want them to be like y'all were saying like find something that's like more secure. You feel like something that they can fall back on and just be happy with and not have to worry about like repercussions and like messing up their future. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, like, in a sense. But I mean, at the end of the day, if they're grown, they're grown. And I can only say so much, At the end of the day, it's their lives. Like you were saying, Nate. So I guess we just kind of like are the same in that manner. But I mean, that's just how I feel about it.
All right, so yeah, if I had a daughter and she's like the age 25, and let's say she's already went down a route that I don't approve, because like you guys are saying, I don't think that's what I envision, like, my children doing. But let's say, for example, my daughter was a stripper, okay? In her avenue, right, OnlyFans is a great opportunity for her to make a lot more money than what she's making currently doing more or less the same thing that she's doing now. And in turn, if I already had to accept the fact that she was already doing something that I don't approve of, well, the next thing for me is like, well, how can we improve or make the most of something you've already decided that I get no input on? So then I would be leaning towards, okay, how can you turn the money that you're making from this into a future where you're not having to do any of this? Because the people that do OnlyFans, they're the same people that said, I either quit my 9 to 5 because I can make easy money doing this instead of working a normal job. So then that means a normal job is out of the question. And for me, OnlyFans is out of the question. So then it's finding the right avenue to get you out of both of those and succeed. And I do think that that's possible. And then if we're coming from the standpoint of, you just happened, like this isn't your avenue and you just happened to hop on the wave because you were just tired. Yeah, I just have to whip you back into shape, bro, because we're not tolerating nonsense like that. Because it's just like everyone said, like, it's not something that I think you'd look back at yourself and honestly be disappointed. I would never want my children to be disappointed in anything that they've done in their life. There's a difference between making a mistake and you be like, damn, I messed up right there. And you actually feeling regret for something that brought you momentary joy for a little bit because you were making them big bucks for like a year, and then you regret it for the rest of your life because of all the avenues that get closed from you, all the people that you lose because they don't look at you the same anymore. So it's a real adult talk that I'd have to have with like my kids, depending on whoever they are, like what they do. I don't think it's something as simple as a ass whooping anymore because they're adults. Because if it was that 18 under, oh yeah, that's light work, bro.
Yeah.
That's light work.
Well,
But you know,
18
it's
and
not.
under, they be going to jail.
No,
Because that is a.
yeah, yeah.
Don't even
That's
put
what
that
I
in the
was
conversation.
assuming. I was assuming that like this was like an 18-year-old like in my house. That's
some
what I.
cases it
That's
is,
why
though.
I was thinking. That's why I said what I said. We're talking about if they're like grown, like if they're like 20, like you said, like 25, 26. Honestly, I would talk to them about it. If they're grown and they're like doing their own thing, they're like, living their own life, not in my house, just out there trying to find their way in the world, then like if I ever came across it, first of all, we have a problem because I'm on there, and like especially in that dude's situation.
Yeah, that nigga was cheating.
Yeah, he like the problem isn't that there's two problems there. One, that she's on there, and two, that as
He's on
like
there.
he's on there. Like there's two things but that's whatever. But let's just say I somehow, someone sends me and like, hey, is this your daughter / son? I think it wouldn't really matter based on gender. I think I would react the same. If they're grown, I would look at it and I would be like, wow. Like don't show me that like that. Like I wouldn't kind of want to look at it, so I wouldn't really say much, but I'd be like, hey, like, is that, like, this isn't like Josh said, I'd have that talk with them, and be like, hey, like, if this is what you're going to do, you're grown, I can't stop you, but, as long, you need to know the risk and repercussions of this as well. And like he said, like, if they had a plan to, like, I don't know, they stop working their 9 to 5 and then do OnlyFans and, make a quick buck and then, do that for like, I don't know, 5-6 months and then take the money they made from that and just like invest it and flip it and shit like that. I would be sad that they resorted to OnlyFans to do that. But at the same time, I wouldn't really say shit because like they're about to flip their bread and I'm not going there's a lot of things that I would stop my child from doing, but stopping them from making bread and flipping their bread, and it's not illegal or anything like that. I mean,
It's a bag.
it's like I'm sad you went about it this way. Like I'm sad you went about it this way, but as long as you're smart with it, I mean, hey,
right.
they got it. They got it, so
I think an important interjection is you need to have a conversation with whichever friend to send you the video. Like, hey, bro, this your daughter?
Hell no. Yeah, no, that nigga, I'd beat his ass. Don't
Anybody,
I would box his
anybody
ass.
watching it is in the wrong. If you're the father watching it, you're in the wrong. If you're the friend watching it, you're in the wrong. They're all in the wrong. You're all like 45 and up, bro. You're in the wrong, bro. Get off of that. Get off of that, bro.
Hey, Josh,
That's
ain't
where
this your daughter,
where
bro?
money comes from, bro.
Yeah, bro, that's where you just go, all right. Even if it's not, I'm still gonna have to fold you for that.
45-year-old husbands that ain't getting none from their wives no more, bro. They just got they work 9 to 5 and have money to spend, bro.
They need an outlet, bro.
It's crazy. You still have to realize that has to be somebody's daughter or somebody's son.
Yeah.
So when you think about it like that, you're just not expecting it to be yours. That's it. But it's somebody else's. It's somebody else's.
Yeah.
Nah, it's different, bro. It's like,
Josh, I'm afraid that was a smidge of a
I'm gonna be
stretch,
honest
but
with you, bro. It's something like, even it's like, it's in the same situation to me as like one of your homies dating like a girl you used to talk to or some shit. Like, or if you like, say you start talking to this girl and like one of your homies like done bust her down or some shit. Like it's different, bro. Like that's like, once it's like personal, it's a lot worse to me. I don't know.
It's always worse because I don't think you should be on there to begin with. But then when you are, I mean, that's one of those. Gotcha. You got hit with like one of the biggest jukes of the century, and you weren't ready for it, bro.
That's that slap in the face from God right there, bro. You know you're not supposed to be on here. This was you.
Yeah, it's like, damn. Maybe I do need to get off. Maybe I do. Like, yeah, he's gonna be traumatized for the rest of his life. He's gonna be
What
like,
do you mean by that?
Man, I'm not gonna be able to use Google ever again, bro.
What do you mean by maybe I need to get off? What do you mean by that?
Ain't no way.
but somebody get this guy.
Yeah, somebody get him. Somebody get him. Okay,
bro.
okay, Red Polo. Okay, bro. Alright.
Why your hand moving?
Oh no. Yeah, so honestly, to sum it up, the way I thought about it when I saw that video is honestly to me, as someone who's, been in a situation, not let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase that right now. I said Matt has been in a situation where
so the
it's been
time for the
like,
conversations now.
and that KingNathe Onlyfans,
Alright.
but not that type of situation, but a situation where your parents or a lot of people who supposed to look up to you don't really fully agree with what you do or try constrict what you do. I can never be like, yeah, nah, you can't do that. But as long as you have some sort of purpose in what you're doing, that's what matters. Because I don't care if OnlyFans is you're making millions of dollars. There's no way that's, well, I won't say no way, but there's no way you're hitting a true purpose or like what you want to do in life by doing that type of thing forever. You feel what I'm saying? And it's not sustainable. As long as you have like an end goal and a purpose, and you have that full conversation, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I mean, if they're grown, but if they're 18, if they're like Bad Baby, bro, and they're 18 and they're in my house, that
to
shit
the
is
ranch.
flying.
Immaculate hands.
No, that shit is not flying.
Yeah, one thing to add is what I forgot to mention it, but Zay mentioned it, and like it's also like some reflection like on myself, because I would have felt like I just did a bad job as a parent. Like I would have reflected on myself and would have been thinking, what did I do to cause like my child to like go down this route? Because there's no like there had to be some sort of parental influence that led them to this. Whether it's me, my wife, somebody. And like if I wasn't there to help stop that, then it's also some like self-reflection. Everybody still got free will though.
Nah, bro. This man,
but I would've
Josh's
been
daughter
like,
asked Papa Josh to play a game on his phone and open up Instagram on accident, and ever since she hasn't been the same.
Zay, bro. It's gonna be that Bill Cosby meme with the booty, bro. Look up the comments.
He said, "Dad, what is a big booty light skin?"
Papa Josh, why do they dance like that?
Dad, I kept putting your search results. Dad, I kept putting your search results in Google Translate. It was just big booty light skin in different languages. You was just looking it up. Trying to see if the Russian accounts had anything better.
That man got tabs, bro.
His son, forget his daughter, his son gonna be like, Dad, why is her butt so big? His wife gonna come down the stairs. What you say? I don't know what he's talking about.
His son gonna be sneaking into Dad's room to try and get on his phone and see the Instagram models he got. He's gonna try to find the plug on Dad's phone.
Oh no, bro.
Be like, Dad always has the baddies. Let me just go in his phone.
Nah, bro. It's gonna be like, what's that scene from Euphoria, bro? Where that nigga Nate goes into his dad's office and scrolling through the CDs, bro. Yeah. It's gonna be Josh gonna have his office. Just gonna be a bunch of Instagram profiles, bro. Written in a notebook like the Death Note, bro.
You gonna have him print it out.
You said you like
it's gonna say name and blood type and all.
Y'all got me with the timestamps. The timestamps is gonna be January 22nd.
He's practicing already. He's practicing already with the vinyls, bro. He's gonna be Instagram profiles in 20 years, bro.
Just on the
It's like one of them rules where it's like, hey, don't go in Dad's study. And the kid opens it when he's like 12, and he looks, and it's just wall-to-wall Instagram profile.
Wall-to-wall of it. Just ass, bro. Just ass.
He said, don't
wall-to-wall
go in bro. I said, don't go in.
Yeah, he turns around, and Josh is there with the belt in the doorway, lit up, silhouetted from behind. What I tell you about going in that room, boy?
You gonna wish you never saw that booty, boy.
No, but look, you gonna have a book. You gonna have a bookshelf, bro. You gotta pull the book. You wanna get a picture of the fucking.
Hell
Pull
no,
the book
bro.
in it. There's like the fancy LEDs in there, and it does the thing like in all the movies where they light up one by one, and they just keep exposing more ass. Like as it goes down, just.
Alright, bro. Alright, we gotta chill on this man, bro. The point.
Oh no, bro.
This is all
I'm just
done.
saying, all I'm gonna say,
All
You're
done.
gonna be like,
my
what do you
future
like, son?
wives, please do not listen to these dudes, bro. Please do not listen
I'm
to
joking.
these
I'm
dudes.
joking.
These dudes, bro. I'm gonna open up like a damn comment on my YouTube channel, seeing some Mr. Hotshot. I heard you like some ass. How could it be?
Mr. Hotshot, do you like the balls in the comments, bro?
Hell no.
Y'all are so funny though.
Hey, Hot
Nah,
Boys
man,
2021, bro.
it ain't there yet, that's for sure. Hell no.
Well, all right, y'all.
There we go.
That's the end of this episode. We covered a couple things today. Hopefully, y'all enjoy, our perspective on some real topics, some goofy topics, and just, our 5 cents on everything going on in the world today. Appreciate y'all for sticking with us over, these Hunter x Hunter hiatuses we've been having.
Trying times.
We're gonna try to be consistent for y'all in these next couple weeks. So,
Hey, chill, bro.
Hey, bro. Hey, bro.
man. But any last word from the guys before we close this thing out? Oh no.
Nah. Just the usual, man. Thank you guys. For those who listen, thank you for tuning in and listening. Yeah, just go ahead, go through 5 Cents Podcast, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. We got it all. Just, go through. It would mean a lot if you just followed, subscribed, tuned in when we drop. We're always trying to, just have a good conversation, lighthearted, something that's good for y'all to listen to. So thank you for listening.
One thing I gotta say, spread the word, tell your moms, your dads, your sisters, brothers, cousins.
Do not. You want to get us
nephews,
canceled? Do not.
whatever you need to
Leave
tell,
mom and
bro.
pops out. Leave mom and pops out.
Especially for this episode for Josh.
If you got cool
for
moms
Josh's
and pops,
reputation, leave your mom and your dad out, please.
the point is, make sure y'all spread the word. You know what I'm saying? We love making sure, getting the conversation going and really, offering our insight to a lot more people. So I don't know. It'd be cool to get some more people in the pod. So make sure y'all spread the word and tell your friends and stuff.
On top of that too, man, use them comments. Like if you ever want us to talk about something or just want to tell us what goofballs we're being, or if you disagree with the take and you want us to address it in the next podcast and roast you for your awful, insights on the world, then just put it in the comment section. Like give us some feedback if you don't mind. We obviously are trying our best to be receptive to all of it and to try and make a more entertaining podcast for you guys as we go. So if you have literally anything, good, bad, in the middle, just random stuff, put it in the comments. Blow up that activity.
Indeed.
Before Nate closes, once again, I'd also like to say thank you. If you enjoy the podcast, of course, if you're on the audio platforms, leave a 5-star, a like, whatever platform you're using, because that's also a good way to get us more out there. Because that's how our podcast gets shown to a broader audience. And if you enjoy our goofiness, then I'm pretty sure somebody else is too. But also, I wanted to shout out my boy KingNathe, Nate. He released his first YouTube video a couple weeks ago, and I was proud of that, man. It is funny as hell, bro.
You shouldn't.
So if y'all wanna check some goofy stuff out, it's just about 10 minutes long. Go ahead and hit up that video, and I'm pretty sure y'all'd enjoy. And that's just some more content for you guys, just to get to know the boys a little bit better. So
Nate, is that the Labyrinth theme
Yeah,
video?
that's part 1 of the Labyrinth theme. Part 2 coming soon. We got stay tuned. Once this internet gets straight, we're gonna get the streams back up correct. So keep posted.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
Y'all gonna get a sneak peek into my vocals if y'all check it out.
Yeah.
Whoa! I want to see the stream.
Oh yeah, you think we're ugly on this podcast? You ain't seen nothing till we get some
Nah,
games,
bro.
bro.
Different.
Are y'all still playing Isolation?
Hell no, fuck that shit.
We have
Hell nah.
I was hoping y'all would.
Ooh,
I'm
honestly,
telling you, that game is different.
I feel like that we just played a game called Devouring. Y'all see it on the channel if y'all pull in, but that thing is probably I have never slept so poorly in my entire life until I played that game. It was terrible. But for more content, go ahead, keeping the stream, all the socials for everybody in the links below. Special shout out to even though we've been on this break, I've had a lot of people every day. Every time I see somebody asking me about the podcast, we appreciate y'all for keeping up with us, and tune in for the next one. That's all we got for y'all this week. We hope to see y'all next week. Y'all take it easy.
Peace.
Peace out.